principles that your hair, you need to kind of learn about your hair, you know, if you want this easy way of doing it. Okay, so I'm not going to advertise hair anymore. I want to talk to you about, since this is a GWEN meeting, and I want to talk to you about my career, and I mean about me becoming an entrepreneur. And the first thing I want to tell you is that, believe it or not, there is corporate hairdresser. So for the first 10 years of my career, I worked for companies. And I opened up 44 salons for 4 companies. 44. Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? When I finally realized after doing that for 10 years, I go, oh, corporate hairdresser, that's what I am. And everybody always naturally put me in charge because I guess I'm bossy. And so that was my first 10 years of my career, but I did take 3 months and try to be an entrepreneur. And it was in 1979 because in the corporate game, I got kind of dealt they didn't like what I wanted, and they gave it to me, so they gave it to me kind of like not in a really great way. So I left. Because this other hairdresser, this man, said, Beverly, let's do a salon together. So we didn't actually buy a salon, but we said we formed a partnership. We were called Beverly and William Douglas. And so so we went and remodeled the salon and made it really pretty. And then we waited. And it was January, February, and March. And I went, I ended up smoking pot on the couch watching TV with him. I was like, I can't do this. Because I was trained corporate, right? You had to work. I was in the box. You got to, you know, but I also knew that, so here's what it was, is I was shy, and I was used to having everything given to me. In corporations, you go work for a salary, and they give you clients, they give you the work, whatever. So I didn't have the distinction entrepreneurship yet, or what to do. And actually, it's really, I didn't have the distinction sales and marketing. I really didn't have that. So anyway, so I just thought, oh no, I can't have this much fun. I can't be sitting on a couch and not doing any work. So then I went back to corporate life and opened up another 30 salons, you know, that's what I did. So that was I recently realized that story, like that actually happened. So I like to throw it in because I'm a coach. I've developed myself as a coach now, and so many people, like when you start taking them on as a client, they look at you and what you've done, and they think, oh, you know, you do this, you're so brave and all that, and I go, no, I wasn't. I was just as scared as you are. And in fact, I used to hide under my mom's dress when I was a little girl. And I would never get up in front of groups. I just didn't do it. And it took many years of development to get me, except if you sat in my chair, boy, the show was on. You know, and that's why people couldn't believe that I was shy. But when it comes to talking about hair, I know what I'm doing. I have a natural talent. I was doing it when I was 10 years old. I started doing hair. You know, so there was confidence in the hair, but there wasn't confidence in doing my own business. So eventually in 1984, actually 30 years ago, I opened up my business May 1st. So I had to go through another, you know, 5 years of corporations for me to get sick of it enough. Because the impetus that put me to opening up my own salon was, I'm going to show how salon should really be done. That was the drive that I had to start my own business. I'm going to show them how to treat people. I'm going to show them, you know, because I was so upset with how corporations kept taking and treating, you know, how they treat people, you know. I was just, you know, and that that might not be a great mission to start a business on, but I noticed that's what I started my business on. So that 30 years ago, I said, I'm going to show people how it's done. And of course, I created a benchmark salon with a partner, and I had a male partner. I really did a lot of things right, but then of course I crashed them. And what I mean by that is I had a male partner for 6 years, and then I decided I wanted to be right. And you know that doesn't work. And so we ended up breaking up, and then in that, really, businesses crash. When partnerships break up, it really is a hard thing. I watched it. I knew I didn't want to do it, but my mind was screaming so loud, and I didn't have the distinctions entrepreneurship yet, or what that meant, because I really had a salon and I owned it, but I ran it like a corporation. And I took care of everybody. I gave them insurance, you know, paid vacations and all that. So all the pressure was still on me. So then I got the salon, and he left, and then I ended up working for the biggest slave driver there was, me. And I ended up having to become the visionary, the manager, and the marketer. And before, with the partnership, I was the manager, he was the visionary, and we both were marketers together. You see what I mean? So I really shot myself in the foot there. So don't do that. If anybody is thinking, you know, think it through. I mean, some people have said, "Oh, Beverly, you good for you, you did it," but it was hard, and I really learned a lot. And I'm willing to admit that I just wanted to be right, and it was my ego that got in the way and drove me to break it up. But so that's one side of it, and it really taught me the value of a man, the male part in your business, and partnership. But it also taught me then I had to go through some more hard knocks to really have an innovation in my business. And the innovation I went to coaching school, Sage University, and I thought I wanted to open up a chain of salons, and that was not what anybody saw as my light. And it actually evolved that I would create my business instead of standing behind people all day. I'm standing in front of people. And this is what brings me lights and energy. And it just does. And that is what the major message is with Global Women Entrepreneur Network also, is women working in pleasure and being in their light and doing it in a feminine way and not in this pressured, do it like a man way. There's some great, and there's still great things about, you have to have a balance. I don't want to make masculine or the corporate way wrong, because there are some great things, but we have to take care of ourselves. And it's about being in pleasure and play and happiness. And that's what, and especially today, I flew here today, I arrived at 7:30 a.m. I'm really operating on 3 hours of sleep this week, every day. And I'm fine. Because on Tuesday night, I finally relaxed and said, okay, this is going to be fun. And I let go of all the control, because I had some control things going. I mean, I decided to come to here in November already, but then I decided to remodel my condo. What a mistake that was. Well, it's not a mistake, but lots of pressure. Just too much stuff going on. But I'm here, and I noticed that I already look better, and I'm really tired, but you guys are telling me I look nice. I'm like, okay, good. I think so too. Because yesterday at Newark Airport, I was like, oh God, I look so bad. I couldn't make a video. I made 3 videos and I erased them all. I was like, oh, this is not a good example. So, so this is kind of like what, and every one of you has a story like that in you, you know, and and sometimes the story is not very, like, right there. Like, it took me, like, me telling you that, for 3 months I went into business and failed and went back to corporate. Like, I didn't realize how, that's an important story. And again, especially if you're starting out, it's not going to be easy. You have to break some old habits. There aren't people taking care of you, right? But here's the value of GWEN, is that we all can now be in relationship and we can start doing, what's cracking? And we can all be in relationship and assist each other. And I am here to assist GWEN with their global meeting in August in Hamburg, right?
Woohoo! Thank you.
And I'm coming here, and these parties are an opportunity for you to bring other women closer to you through a delightful, soft event like a hair party, like Pleasure Size, like these GWEN Plus parties, doing karaoke. It's just to get people to come closer and to just get to know them. And that's how I want to assist everyone in Germany while I'm on my tour. And in that, something may happen for me. That's what they say. You know, but I'm really surrendering to that. It's not even, I didn't bring that many books. And, you know, like, it's not about me. And it's so much easier if it's not about me. It's so hard when it's about me. Then you're trying to sell and doing all this, like, oh. It's so much better when somebody else says something nice about you. So much easier. So I am speaking on behalf of the Global Women's Entrepreneur Network. And I want to also tell you this, is that I went to the very first meeting in the year 2000 in Austria. So I've been here since